magic happen. Hey guys, D Williams here. We are live this week with our Staffingpreneurs Academy setup class. And this is for beginners, for people who are just starting in this industry and who are looking to set up their niche recruitment and staffing businesses. We meet here every week, every Monday, same time, same bat channel. Hasn't changed it for many, many years. And this is where you come to bring your questions about starting your staffing agency. This is where you come to get motivation and inspiration and get fired up. This is where you come to connect with other staffingpreneurs who are starting their staffing business, who are getting off the ground. A lot of people are in this class who have an already established staffing business, but it's just not working the way it's supposed to. A lot of times when things aren't working the way we want it to, you have to go back to home base. You have to go back to the original starting point. And that's exactly what we have going on here. That's literally what we have going on here. Okay, I think I got it right. So very, very, very important that you understand that it's okay if you're already in business. If you're not making sales, if you are not getting the talent that you want and need, if you're not doing all of those things, then you probably need to come back to home base and go through the beginners class, the setup class, and make sure you're filling in all the blanks. So I want to say good morning to all of my staffingpreneurs. We are streaming live. We have people on our internal Zoom call. Amazing morning. I hope y'all are doing absolutely phenomenal. For anyone that's streaming in live, amazing morning. If you all are in my class, you already know this is our morning space. So you should have greeted everyone when you came in, just as you would if you walked through a physical door. Good morning, everybody. How y'all feeling? Because we not ghetto, right? We greet each other appropriately. That's what you do when you come in contact with someone for the first moment of the day. So that's where we're going to start off with our good mornings. Everyone, I need you to start putting your questions in the box. I need you to start putting your questions in the box. Whatever questions you have about starting your staffing business, where you are. Thank you so much, Nakat, for showing that energy out there. Kobia, thank you so much for being here. All right. I want you to put your questions in the box. You already know I'm going to go through our regular, our normal reminders. If you've been in my class for quite some time right now, then you already know these reminders, right? You're already on top of it. You already know how I flow and the things that I want you to remember. These are the things you're not going to get typically, right? If you're out there trying to start this business on your own, you probably have your own thought process about what it means to start a staffing business. Most people think about starting a staffing business from the 1989 perspective. It's real talk. They're looking from 1989. They're like, oh, all I got to do is this. And it don't work that way no more. We're in an age of technology. And if we're in an age of technology, then you have to understand that that there are many different layers to this business that have to be handled. Okay. And I want to make sure that I take y'all through that as often as possible, because I never want you to forget all the things that are truly involved in setting up a business. It's not just setting up a staffing business. Any type of business that you set up today, you're going to have layers to that business model that you have to consider and be very realistic about. People today are telling folks you can start a business with nothing. That's not true. Those are lies. Okay. You can start a business in 30 days and it's going to generate, typically not, right? Most of the time you have to have things in place in order for that business to actually generate revenue, right? And just to even have a foundational perspective. Hey, Tina, looking beautiful all up in my camera. I love that. No, baby, stay right there. You look amazing. That's what I love to see, that good energy right there. Let me share my screen here. Okay, it says you're sharing your screen. All right, let's make sure that's real and see if we can get to our starting point. Only we will know when we do this. Hold on one second. Let's see what the deal is. Amazing morning, everybody. I'll make sure that I get to all questions. I don't have my channel up on my TV. Hold on one second, y'all. I got to be able to see the action. I got to see the action. Okay, not me, D. Okay. All right. Let me turn my. Okay, perfect. All right, I get to all questions. I just want to make sure that my screen is visible and I can see what's actually happening here. Right, I can. Now I know. All right, so let's talk about reminders. Morning reminders. Morning reminders. These are things that I promise you are not thinking about when starting your staffing agency, but should absolutely be thought of. These are things you should be thinking about first. Okay, first. So first, before I go through our core reminders, I want to start you off just a little bit here. These are buckets. These little boxes you see here are buckets. And I talk about this quite often in regards to where people are when they come to me. I want you to define where you are and where you want and need to be in order to bring this business idea to life. Some people just start off with me with just a simple idea and they never move forward. That's why y'all see me sending those videos out every day. Like, you ain't started with your idea. You're not putting your idea out there, because I get way more people in this spot that say, D, I got an idea, but will never move forward with that idea. I don't want that to be you. Okay, these people are not going to go far until they're able to move forward with their idea or find somebody to connect with that they can help unleash that idea. And so they're stuck. They're stuck in a pattern here that they're not going to be able to get out of until they make the decision that, yes, this is something that I want to do. This goes for any business, really. Then you've got some people who say, okay, I got the idea, but poop training and coaching, I'm going to go figure it out on my own. These people are very interesting because I can't talk shit about them, because I was one of them at one time. I wasted a lot of money when I first started my staffing business. I wasted a lot of time, and I came from the recruiting and staffing industry. When I started my first tech platform, I did the same thing. And I lost. I actually had people show up to my full event. There was no technology. Failed. I lost $75,000, between $65,000 and $75,000. If I would add a little bit more, I probably lost a lot more there. That was a major failure. All because I didn't take time to get help. It's not a game. Just because I'm a coach don't mean I'm trying to sell it to you. I'm telling you, this stuff is real. So you got people right here who have the idea, don't move. You got people who got the idea but refuse to get help. It's like, I'm going to start something. I'm going to go work on a patient, but not go to medical school. I'm going to go fight this case, but never been to law school. It's crazy that people think they can start things without getting real coaching, real help, real support, so that they can actually do it the right way. That's where I feel like these two buckets are major places where you see people. But then you got people here where they got the idea and they go realize, you know what? I don't want to waste my time, my money. I can tell you many people who are in fines right now in the millions of dollars because they chose to do that instead of that. So these people are a little bit more intelligent. I finally got there. I made it there over time. And then you've got people who start the idea, who start the coaching program, and then they never finish the program. I've got a ton of people like that. It's sad. It's hurtful, actually. I started tracking it over the last year or so. Prior to that, I didn't, because I was more hurt that people weren't finishing. I started really digging in. I built my own platform called Reskillify so that I could manage people differently and see what was stopping them from moving forward. I have some interesting findings that I'll be sharing soon with Reskillify. But yeah, so that a lot of people don't finish the program. They never move forward with their idea. They just stuck in abyss. Then you've got people who had the idea, start the coaching program, finish the program, launch the business and start the business, but this group, they never make any money. Okay, so here they actually made it to starting the business, but here they didn't make any money. There's a nice little chunk of people in this group right here that never make any money. You know why they never make any money? Does anybody know why they never make any money? Any ideas? Somebody say, D, why they don't make no money? Ask me, ask me, ask me, ask me. Anybody? Anybody? Nobody there?
Why they don't make any money?
You're so smart. Listen, they don't make money for a number of reasons. We're going to talk about it today, but one of the main reasons is because either they haven't built relationships with candidates, they haven't built relationships with clients, which means that they don't have a solid network, or they don't know how to build a solid network, or they're not producing enough activity in their business. Okay. Another reason could be a lack of strategy. They don't have a vision, a direction of where they want to go. They're just trying to make transactional placements. But I would say the biggest reason is that they don't know their niche. They don't have a niche and they don't know their niche. And that's very important to understand, that you can stay in this box for a number of reasons. Even with having the coaching program, would you all ever imagine how many people I coach and I tell them exactly what to do and they do the exact opposite? What do they pay me for? Why are they paying me? Okay. The exact opposite of what I said. It's insane. So keep in mind that people have a mind of their own, and they're gonna, whatever's going on, sometimes life be life in too. We had a staff entrepreneur who actually came on this call and then lost their son's life right after the call. It was all crazy. We were on the phone. It was crazy. So life sometimes happens, and that puts you there. But now you got some people who have the idea, they start the coaching program, they finish the program, they launch the business, they start the business, and they are making money, honey. Hey. Okay? But some plateau. They stop. They get to a point where they're like, oh, I've made exactly what I made in my last job. Or I've made just a little bit more. Oh, I made 100,000 last year and I made 300,000. I'm good. And what they do, instead of scaling the business, they replace their day job with this business, and they become a slave to the business. They become a slave to the business, and they're doing everything all day, every day. Now it doesn't feel good anymore. It doesn't feel, I know the story. I got that t-shirt. It don't feel good no more. Now it's like, ugh. And you'll say things like, well, I'd rather be doing this for myself than somebody else. But in real life, you can't go nowhere. You can't do nothing. You're a slave to your desk. You scrape it for every penny. That's because you replace your day job with your business. But you have to, in order for this business to be a multi-million, multi-billion-dollar business, you've got to scale this business model, and you've got to do it from the very beginning. That's one of the things that we teach you here at Staffingpreneurs Academy. So today I want you to look at these buckets seriously and define what bucket you are in and what bucket you choose to be in. Do you understand? What bucket are you in and what bucket do you choose to be in? Very, very important for your psyche and to understand who you are and where you're going. Come on with it, Staffingpreneurs. Now let's talk a little bit about some of the things that you want to remember when starting a staffing agency. Let's see if I can do this in 11 minutes. Fingers crossed. All right. First things first, most newbies, most rookies, most beginners think of this business very transactionally. They say, okay, I'm just going to put somebody into this role. And let me explain something to you. There are three types of staffing. It's more than three, but I would just say three main buckets. Let's just say three main buckets. You have commercial staffing, you have professional solution staffing, and you have executive search. Those are like your three core buckets. Of course, they're broken down into other things that other areas. Please do not argue with me about all of those things. I'm just giving you a general overview, three buckets. When you talk about commercial staffing, it is more transactional because you're dealing with people who are more what we consider to be blue collar workers. These are people who are making, $10 an hour, $20 an hour, maybe even $30 an hour, less than $50,000 a year. right? And they're typically living paycheck to paycheck. That's kind of how the blue collar space is, unfortunately, right? And so it is more about getting butts in seats, but you still, as a staffing agency should be taking the approach of how do we help keep butts in seats, because that increases retention and now everyone saves, right? Everyone wins. Very, very important. So that's your commercial side of the business: warehouse, customer service, light industrial, construction, admins, call center, just stuff like that, right? But then you've got professional solutions. Most of my clients are professional solutions. I have some commercial, I have some executive, but most of my clients are professional solutions. This is where you make the majority of your money. Professional solutions, and let me just go back with your commercial, it's high volume, low margin. So you got to place a lot of people in commercial solutions in order to make a lot of money. Whereas if in commercial and professional solutions, it's low volume, high margin. So you're going to have a higher margin. You're going to make more off of every person that you hire. These are white collar, what we consider to be white collar jobs. You never want to put a butt in the seat there. Ever do you want to just put a butt in the seat? You always want to invest in making sure that's the right hire. I don't know why, but companies treat white collar differently than they treat blue collar. And I think it's because it just costs more to hire someone at that level. The salaries are more, the benefits are more, it's so much more, right? I want to put things into perspective for you because many of you don't understand this. And if you understand this, then you'll be able to structure your business model out very intelligently. Okay. So now you're in this space, you're in this professional solution space. It's white collar. It's you have high margins, low volume. It's about culture. It's about technical fit. It's about functional fit. It's about everything. It's about retention. Okay. This is where we're going to get to this first bullet point right now. Then you have executive search. Executive search is exactly what it says. Executives. You're placing executives. You can do it on the direct hire side. You can do it on the contract side. And in that executive search space, it is more like professional solutions, high end, low volume, high margin, high margin. And it's one of the best strategies to start a staffing business with if you understand how to implement it and do it the right way the first time. So in understanding that in professional solutions in particular in executive search, but not to negate your commercial, most companies are hiring people that are based on some type of team infrastructure. Right here in my academy, we talk about your org chart. We talk about putting your whole business model together, allowing you to see a vision of what your company looks like over the next 5 to 10 years, putting the pieces together. These are the people that are going to help me make this happen. These are the departments that are needed. These are the divisions that are needed, so forth. The same way you are developing, you're organizing your organization. Every organization that you're working with has some type of internal infrastructure. Put a pin in that. Make a note to that. Because for some reason, many of you are thinking that your business model is different than your clients, and it is not. And once you understand that it is very similar, then you will understand the value that you bring in a totally different way. So if they're looking for people to fit on a team who has a certain type of skill set, energy, personality, character, values, or what have you, just as you are, when you're interviewing people, what does that look like for your company? How is your company delivering your recruitment and staffing services? Are you just looking for a technical fit only? Or are you getting into the nitty gritty of their personality? Do they show up on time? Do they fit into the culture? What does that mean to fit into the culture? Are you into trying to figure out what is the perfect fit? Every freaking staffingpreneur watching this, that should be the number one thing you should be doing. That is the key to your business model. What sets you apart? This is one of the key things to set you apart. How you define, how you go out and find candidates for that particular market that you're looking for. Every company needs a developer, but how the type of developer makes sense. Some companies use this type of developer. Some companies use that type of developer. Every company who uses that type of developer, my staffing agency covers that. And I have the secret. I know the secret to hiring, finding, placing these types of developers. Nobody else in the market knows how to do it better than me, because we spend all our time going through figuring out what turns these people on, what gets them to move, what gets them to talk, what gets them to walk. How do we get them to show the skill set that they bring? Like, everything we do is built around this particular niche market. Do you get that? That's what sets you apart. That's where your true differentiator comes in. But hands in the air. Y'all don't listen to me. I'm just the coach. All right. Now, so that's very important. Number 2, you are not to, nor should you place everyone that you talk to, meet, or interview. This is very important, because I hear a lot of people do not get started with their business as an excuse. They say, but I don't have any jobs. That's an excuse. I'm going to tell you that right now. Though, if you sitting there saying, I haven't started my staffing business, or I haven't made any placements, or I haven't done whatever because I don't have any contracts, that's an excuse. It's fear. It's an excuse. I don't care what you want to call it, but it's an excuse. Because if you understand your business and your business model, you're going to have hundreds of candidates that you need to talk to. You're not going to put all of these candidates in every open job. If there is one job opening right here, you're going to need to talk to 1,000 people. I'm not saying 1,000 in real life, but at least 20 or 30 people in order to shortlist it down and get it to the one person that the job is for. So to think that you have to have a job order before you talk to people is crazy, because you have to talk to a lot of people in order to find the right match for that one particular job order that client is looking for. So if you understand your business model, the value of your business is the people and the relationships that you build. You are running a staffing agency. You shouldn't be running from your talking to your talent. You should be trying to get on the phone and get in their business every freaking moment of the day, talking to that type of talent. You feel me? Come on with it, D. Williams. She's getting fired up here. Come on now. So I want you to think about your business in a very intelligent way, as a boss, as an owner, as an entrepreneur, a strategic thinker. And knowing that and saying, okay, if my product, quote, air quotes, are people, then that means I need to talk to as many people as possible. And it doesn't matter whether I have a contract or not. That's not the goal initially. The goal is to pipeline, P-I-P-E-L-I-N-E, pipeline candidates, have conversations with candidates so that you can figure out who's a good fit, because you can have 1,000 job orders. Because, I mean, let's just keep it real. You can go in and have 10,000 job orders. But if you don't have any candidates, you ain't going to make no money. I know a lot of people right now who's got lots of job orders, and they are in this bucket right here. That one, that's the bucket they in. That bucket right there is the bucket that they're in. And that's because they may have job orders, but they don't have any candidates. Not one candidate relationship. So they ain't making no money. So you can have 10,000 job orders, but if you don't have any talent, then you're not going to make any money. But if you have 10,000 candidates, every last one of those candidates are in a job right now and have a skill set that you could actually market into an organization, and you could convert it into a job order. Or you can market your person in there and fill a role that's already open, because you already have a good understanding of who they are and their skill set. So keep that in mind. Please stop going around talking about you can't do anything because you don't have a contract. That sounds like a bunch of crap. It sounds like you don't understand your business or your business model, and you need to come to class. You need a theme for your staffing agency, okay? Many of you don't understand. You need a theme. Let me hear you say it. I need a theme, D. I need a theme, D. You need a theme. Why? Because selling staffing is so played out. I'm telling you right now. Most beginners, most rookies are picking up the phone trying to get a contract. Can I get a contract? And they are getting rejected all day, every day. If that's you, you need to go to my website right now. Real talk. because that is not the way to go about it. I'm not going to teach the secret today in full, but I will tell you that that theme will change your life. Okay. You need a theme in your staffing business. This is actually the key to selling staffing in 2024 and beyond. This is how you sold staffing pre-COVID. But most people don't understand that and they don't know that. And so they're going and they're doing what they think is the right way to do, which is to just call, and they think people just going to throw a contract at them. But that we're not in a pandemic anymore. We're not in a situation where that happens, where no, you have to actually build a relationship. And most people don't know how to build a relationship. I can tell you that, to be honest. Like, my dating life is crazy right now because everybody just want to text. You understand? They don't know how to build a relationship, actually have real conversations with people, really interested in getting to know them. That's very important. Your theme is the starting point for that. You need a theme. You need a theme. You need a theme to sell your staffing agency services and really get yourself through the door above your competitors. All right. I want you to know that your candidates are your capital and not your clients, even though your clients pay the bill, and they do pay the bill. They're not your capital. Your candidates are your capital. Your candidates are your capital because you place them. Your candidates are capital because if they are interviewing, they can tell you who's hiring. Your candidates are capital because if they're still working right now, they can give you intel of what's going on in the company where they're currently at. If your candidates are your capital because if they're still working, they can give you leads in the company, candidate leads, people they sit next to, people they know in the company that they're currently at. The employers, they may have relationships with employers where they at. Your candidates are your capital. Your candidates are your capital because they can give you leads in the last company that they worked at. They can give you candidate and employer leads in the last company they worked at. Your candidates are your capital. Your candidates are the capital because they get promoted and they become clients. Candidates become clients, okay? So your candidates are your capital. Now, your clients are great. They pay the bill and your clients can become candidates. Those are two things. But look how many dollar signs we got next to your candidates. That's why your candidates are your capital. Most people don't treat their candidates like that. They're only focused on the client. How do I get the client? How do I get the client? How do I get the client? But remember, you can have 10,000 job orders. If you don't have any candidates, you make no money. So getting the client, how important is that if you don't have any candidates? It's almost like you're offering them false hope. You're selling them something that you don't even have. Do you know how many people I know who are actually doing this out there? The most unethical mofos out here, selling a product that they don't even have. They don't even realize how hard it is to go in and create that relationship. They just thinking, oh, I can get nurses. If you don't already have an established network of nurses, it ain't as easy as you think it is. If you don't already have an established network of developers or real estate agents or whatever, you're about to see they're coming to you for a reason. They ain't coming to you because they're coming to you for a reason. Trust and believe. They need help. So get it together. You have to put the work in as well to build those relationships with those candidates. And you need at least 50 candidates in your ATS by the time you launch your business. Understand that 50 is a very menial number. It's very small. If you only have 50 candidates in your database, in your ATS by the time you launch, shame on you. Shame, SHAME on you, all caps. Because with today's level of technology and your ability to get leads, you should have way more than 50 candidates in your ATS by the time you launch. Now, these aren't candidates that you've talked to. These are people that you're going to talk to when you launch. So knowing that 50 is your bare minimum, you should have way more than that. Now, understand that people do business with people they like and know and trust. Hey, people do business with people they like and know and trust. And that means you need to build as many real. Did you see what I said there? I said real relationships with candidates as possible. In our upcoming workshop, the Launch, Land, and Leverage workshop, we're going to spend a lot of time talking about how to build real relationships. And I am going to be on some of these rants. I'm not even going to lie, because I see more and more that people are moving away from actually building real, authentic relationships. Good, bad, or indifferent. A real person is going to say when they screw up, they're going to acknowledge it, but that's how you build real relationships. A real person is going to genuinely be interested in the things you have going on, even when you may not be interested. That's how you build real relationships. A person may bypass your ignorance or your meanness or nastiness because they understand she's having a moment, she's having a day. That's how you build real relationships. And you've got to build real relationships with your candidates, as many as possible. Now, you're also going to add 50 employer prospects to your ATS, and that's a minimum of 50. If you are doing no more than 50, shame on you. You should have way more than 50 employers in your ATS, okay, for you to be able to reach out to and call when you launch your business. Now, earlier we talked about jobs. You should have pipeline jobs posted. Please, you should have jobs that you're looking to fill externally. These are the roles that you're filling, right? These are the candidates. Let me pull my different marker here. These are the candidates that you're placing. You're going to put those roles out there and get them ready so that you can start pipelining those people. But where people make the biggest error is not putting in their internal positions. These are the roles that are in your company, okay? Even though you are not ready to hire, you must start pipelining now. If you don't, you're going to really feel the burn of that when the time comes, because what's going to happen is definitely if you're going through my program, you're going to actually win the contract. Once you get the contract and you got your candidates, you're going to make placements. It's going to move fast. As it's moving fast, you're going to realize I need help. Then you're going to now start acting very reactive and you're going to hire loser people in your company. I said it because you're in a position where you need help terribly. And then things are going to fall apart because you've hired loser people. That was so disrespectful. Cancel me. But it's true. But if you pipeline from the beginning at the start and you spend an hour a week going through the people who've applied to your jobs, reaching out to them, starting conversations with them, building real relationships with them, you'll find great talent. Not all great talent needs to be hired today. Not everybody's ready for you today. Some people you don't want to hire, and trust you, most companies don't want to hire people who are on the job market. They want to hire people who are currently working, right? It shows value for whatever reason. You kind of should move the same way. If that person is in a role, you should be looking to take them out of the role into your company and finding the best talent that's really genuinely going to support the growth of your organization. So these are very important. And I don't want you to forget that you should also post those pipeline jobs for your company and for the candidates that you are genuinely looking to place. All right. Now, big thing, fortune in the follow-up. There's fortune in the follow-up. There's fortune in the follow-up. There's fortune in the follow-up. It's not in the first phone call. It's in the follow-up. This is another area where rookies, newbies make mistakes. They never follow up. They make 1 to 3 phone calls and never freaking follow up. Why? You cannot build a relationship without following up. It's impossible. You can't meet somebody on the street, say, hey, you're beautiful, I want to get to know you, and then never call them back and think something's going to come of it. That happens a lot. But that's because people don't know how to build relationships. It's so interesting because the initial reach out is a strategy in itself. It's how we're going to get the conversation started, how we're going to have that first meeting. And you can only do it in a number of ways: phone, text, email, social media, email automation, in-person, referral, podcast, webinar, appointment setter, lead magnets, maybe lives, right? Like there are very few ways that you can actually start the conversation and get in the door. However, once you finish that conversation, once you get in the door, you start it. Now you got to follow up to keep their interest to the point that they're ready to work with you. Sales says it takes 12 to 24 or more times for somebody to decide that they want to do business with you. If that's the case, then you should have 12 to 24 follow-up sequences in mind, having you in the space ready to figure out, okay, how am I going to follow up with them? What are going to be my follow-up strategies? We go through this a lot in class. We go through this a lot. We will be going through this throughout the workshop. All right. Last few things, and then the floor belongs to you for the next 30 minutes. You must provide activity or your company will not work. You must produce activity or your company will not work. You must produce, wrong one. You must produce activity or your company will not work. This is probably one of the biggest ways I see people fail, right? This is probably one of the biggest ways people fail because they think that making 5 phone calls a day is enough, or 15 phone calls, or 20 LinkedIn reach outs per day, right? Or it's so interesting. I'm watching and I'm like, do you really believe that you're going to make money and you're not even talking to nobody? Make that make sense. You're not even emailing nobody and you think somebody will pay you. How do they know that you're even there? There's not enough activity taking place. So in order for your business to work, you've got to do way more than what you see on this board. And I see a lot of people failing in this business because they're just not generating enough activity in their business. Okay. And once you start producing in your business and doing activity, and my go-getters know what I'm talking about, you got to track that performance activity so you know exactly what works and what doesn't work. And so that you know your numbers. And more importantly, you knowing your numbers, you're going to understand when hiring people on your team, which should be your number one priority in life, if they know their numbers, then you know you probably got somebody valuable on your team. And it's not going to be easy to find the right people on your team. It's going to be easy to find people to put on your team, but it ain't going to be easy to find the right people to put on your team. And if you do it the wrong way, you're going to have a lot of turnover. If you do it the right way, which is really pipelining from the very beginning, then you'll find that you'll come out with a lot more success when hiring your internal staff. Those are my reminders. And I know y'all get sick of those reminders, but I hope that every week I bring more and more value to those reminders and helping you to understand how to bring your business to life. A lot of rookies really make a lot of mistakes. And I can't even believe I'm putting this out live for people to see, to be honest with you. This should be only paid for, because these are major mistakes that people do. I guess I don't mind, because even though I'm saying all of these things, there's still many of them going to do what they want to do. So, I mean, I'm just going to be here. But the lines are open. I want to answer any questions you all have in regards to starting your staffing business. So I'm going to start with my internal people. Hold on one second. I'm going to start with my internal people to see if there's any questions. Y'all don't have any questions? Oh my gosh, y'all just going to leave it to YouTube. That's cool. Let's answer the questions on YouTube then. Okay, so questions on YouTube. So before I go into questions, I want to say that this week is the last week to buy tickets for the live workshop. So we only have one Dallas ticket left in person. That's it. One Dallas ticket. As that's number one. So if you're coming to the workshop in Dallas, only one person has it. And we've got 3 people who've claimed that they were paying for the ticket but didn't. So it's a race between these 3 people who's going to get this ticket. I don't know who's going to get the ticket, but whoever's going to get it, I'm sure is going to be gone today after this announcement. So if you're going to the DC workshop, the Dallas workshop, you've got to get your ticket today. We only have one more ticket left. We still have 4 tickets left in LA, and LA is going to be fired. Dallas is going to be fired, but LA is going to be fired too, because it's the last stop. So if you have not gotten your ticket for LA, this is the last week to get your ticket. It's only 4 tickets left. This is the last week, closing it down at Sunday. No more tickets. We have hiring managers coming. This is a great opportunity for you to engage with real hiring managers. Many of you do not have that opportunity, and ask real smart questions, right? This is a great opportunity for you to fill in the blanks. It's a great opportunity for you to work with me hands-on. It's a great opportunity for you to network with other staffingpreneurs. It's an amazing opportunity. Please utilize it. Okay, please utilize it. One ticket left in Dallas. That ticket right now, I feel like it's gonna be up in the air because I know the 3 people who want that ticket are all watching this live right now. So I can only imagine who's going to go and get that ticket first. This is the last week. Get your tickets for the Launch, Land, and Leverage Workshop. Day 1 is launch your business. Day 2 is land a client. Day 3, leverage your business. So no matter where you are in your business, all 3 of these days are going to be valuable for you. All 3 days. So get your ticket. All right. Now I'm going to go in and answer some of the questions that I see. Hey, I'm just getting started with licensing in New York State. Really hoping to make something big of it in the future by following your wisdom, knowledge, and free. Hi, that fire is fire. You'll do great. I'm very proud of you in the right space. I hope today's class was helpful. I would encourage you to go to Staffingpreneurs Academy, get on our calendar, talk to one of our enrollment advisors, and get into a program. I got to tell y'all really, boy, one more thing really quickly, because we've gotten a number of people who 2 people last week or the week before last mentioned that, D, you said you weren't doing coaching anymore. So I went to someone else and I got scammed. I'm not doing coaching this year. Okay. I said all through 2024, this is my final year focusing on Staffingpreneurs Academy as my core brand. Y'all know I built technology. I want to focus on the work that I'm doing with Reskillify and the Cannabis Job Board. I spent hundreds and thousands of dollars, if not more, building out these tech platforms. I want to bring them to life. But I'm still here. Obviously, I'm showing up every week. Please do not go give your money to scammers. Please do not go give your money to people who don't know anything about staffing. It's a lot of people out here acting like they know what they're doing and they don't. Please come to me first before you go and you do that. I really feel bad for the people who have experienced that lately. Please come to Staffingpreneurs Academy. I've been around for a very long time, way prior to COVID. I know what I'm doing. I've been doing it. Like, don't get your money scammed, okay? No scammer. We're not wanting people scammed. Nelly said, D, why didn't he make any good job? Nelly, you be staying on him. I love it. Hey, Marie. That's Marie in the house in Florida. Speaking of Florida, okay, Marie, you need to come to that to that workshop, because we're going to go through that theme in that workshop. Speaking of Florida, I'll be in Orlando this week coming up. And I'm working with a staffingpreneur who has brought me out there to help bring their staffing agency business to life. I would not be out there to hang out with none of y'all, so don't be calling me talking about you in Orlando, D, let's hook up. I can't do that with y'all, okay? But I am letting y'all know that later in the week, I'll be in Orlando with a staffingpreneur. So if you need help and you need me to come out and support you, let us know. Go to staffingpreneursacademy.com, fill out an application, and we can support you as well. I can fly out to you as well if you need to. Mina, she says, I'm operating my agency from South Africa, and I've been looking to work with someone in the US in the healthcare industry. Come on in, Mina. You in the right place, girl. Come on in. Go to staffingpreneursacademy.com. Go to the contact us, get on the calendar, talk to one of our enrollment advisors, and get yourself in that space. Like, protect yourself. Y'all don't know how many fines y'all staffing agencies are getting right now because y'all are trying to do this on your own. Please stop it. To save a few dollars today, only then you have $1 million bill 6 months from now. That's insane. When you can invest a small little amount today so that you can save money later. Get it together. Come on, be smart. Be smart about it. All right. Sorry for bothering you. I want to offer. No. Don't do that on my channel. Okay. Hey, Tanisha. This business rocks. It does. I appreciate that. Please hire a trustworthy virtual assistant that can. Okay. All right. A lot of people marketing on my channel. That must mean I'm doing some great things today. I love it. All right. So I love that. All right. Awesome. So those are the questions that were online. Let me just go back to my community and see if y'all have any questions here. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. What platform can you use to post jobs on business website? Who's asking that question first? Whose iPhone?
Oh, Davita, I didn't put my name up there. I'm sorry.
Hi, Davita. How you feeling?
Hi, I'm good.
I love that. So it's your applicant tracking system. You know that, right?
No, I didn't know that.
Yes. So yeah, that's your ATS. That's your applicant tracking system. So that's the system that you use in order to run your staffing business. And it's integrated on your website through your website, and then it shows up mobily, right? It shows up anybody who goes to your website, then it automatically shows up mobily. But is that what you're speaking about? This on your website?
Yes, ma'am.
Yep. Okay, perfect. So that's your ATS. That's your app. And where are you at in the course?
What you mean?
Why are you giggling? Why you sound like trouble today? Why are you giggling? Where are you at in the course? Because the question that you ask makes me ask where you are in the course. Where are you at in the course?
I'm in the setup phase.
Okay. What sneaky question, sneaky answer. Have you gone through the 0-100 course yet?
No.
Where are you at in the 100 course?
I think I completed the 100 course, but I guess the first time I went through, I must be skipped some steps because I'm going back through it and it's like stuff that I skipped the whole thing and I didn't know why it wasn't clicking, but like the niche overview worksheet and everything, like I actually found the Google Docs document. And so that's what I'm working on right now and going through that.
Yeah, I would go back to the 100 course. The fact that you asked that question made me feel like you hadn't been through the course at all, because that's something we learned from the very beginning, like who our ATS is or what an ATS is, the value of the ATS, why we're using it, and how it is the number one piece of technology that you want to have in your business. And I fuss a lot, actually, to be honest with you, about it, because people get the technology and they don't learn how to use the technology. And that is the most core important piece of the business. And so that's why I ask. I want you to make sure that you make that one of your most important things you do. And yeah, go back through the course, because I update the course on a daily basis. As I create videos, as I record videos, I'm updating videos on a daily basis. This is my last year updating the Academy, and it is a post-COVID update. So I will spend the remainder of the year updating it, because this will be my last year ever updating it. Okay. Typically, I update it every 3 to 5 years. I'm at my post COVID mark. So yeah. So I'm just putting those things out there. When you're not in the coaching program though, right?
No.
Okay. So I would encourage you to get with an advisor and to see if you can upgrade, because you're missing a whole lot of stuff. That setup class is only one tiny piece of a larger puzzle. So we also have courses that are related to the your ATS that's in there. We have courses that talk about the tech structure, your tech stack that you need, how you want to use it. Then you also want to get into the Run It class, because I don't teach you how to run the business in the setup class. I only teach you how to set up the business. The Run It class is totally different. And then there's where you go in and you start really understanding how to utilize the things that you started to put together in the setup class and how to make it real in the Run It class. You can buy those classes individually, but it's way more cost effective to buy it as a program than it is to buy it individually. So I will encourage you to really, really, really think about that. That's going to really help you in this journey. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Dee.
Yeah. Hey.
Hi, Dee. I've got a question.
Hey, Nikat, how you feeling?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm amazing.
Yeah, Dee, my question is like when writing the follow-up emails. So do we need to add in each follow-up email some kind of a lead magnet, or is it okay?
I wouldn't say in each one. It depends on how your emails are being structured. Like if my first email, so you know how in my brain it's like, if I'm trying, first let me ask you a different question. Is this pre-email marketing or post? This is pre, right?
It's pre, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
pre.
So if it's pre and you're doing your first round emails to try to figure out what it is exactly that they want or what's
For
going to get
email
them to move,
automation, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, exactly.
Then yes, that first email of each different topic, however many topics you have a lead magnet for, would go into that first email. But if they click on that first or on whatever one of those emails, then the second one, you wouldn't need the lead magnet, right? Because all of the emails therefore are supporting that first email. I hope that made sense. Did that make sense?
Yeah. In the first emails, like we are trying to build the relationship, right? So we are just asking about them, inquiring about them. And then after that, then we come to the topic like the challenges or something. So there I have included
in the same email, Nakat? I'm sorry. I want to go back.
No, in the follow-up one.
I disagree.
So, and maybe in the
disagree.
fourth or a fifth email.
I disagree. I feel like if you're running your email automation with like Limlist or Dripify, you have a two-leg. You have your email automation, you have your LinkedIn automation. Your LinkedIn automation, you use that more to build the relationship. Your email automation, you use that more to focus on seeing which one of the challenges that they're experiencing. Does that make sense?
No, yeah, got it clear.
Yeah. Because you already
in my email, I will not write anything to build the relationship.
I mean, of course you will. You can ask questions and do that, but the goal is to see if you can get them to actually click on one of those emails and to actually start the next sequence of automation, right? If you were only running emails by yourself, then I would say 100% you want to start trying to build a relationship, but it's a little bit harder to build a relationship over email, to be honest with you. If you think about it, if you're getting 1,000 emails in a day, you're not sitting around waiting for that one relationship type thing. Email is not necessarily for that. LinkedIn is. And if you're using my system and you got Limlist, you've got both going at the same time. So if you're already engaging with them on LinkedIn, trying to build the relationship, then you can offset that or show your value by asking them about the various challenges that they're experiencing. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So just to clarify that you are with the LinkedIn messages, you are trying to build the relationship, and with the email, you're just asking about the challenges they're facing.
It's the easiest way if you're going to put them two together at the same time. You can still create a sense of, I'm trying to build a relationship with you through the challenges, right? You can start like the better way to do that in the email is asking questions about the challenge. Right. So what I don't want you to do is say, hi, my name is Nakat. I'm the owner of such and such. I'm reaching out because don't do that. They don't care.
Okay.
Yeah. You can say, hey, I'm Nakat. I recently connected with you on LinkedIn or sent you a LinkedIn connection. Your background is extremely impressive. I'm reaching out. I'm curious. And I always say, I'm curious to know. That's like one of my employees, she really got me on this so hard. It works like magic. I'm curious to know. And then you start asking the first question, and the first question based on the challenge, right? So you start asking the first challenge in the form of a question is probably a better way to say it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then you're going to do that with every email that comes after until you find out which one of those challenges actually resonates with them. Because whatever one it is, they're going to click that email and they're going to start engaging. Then at that point, there should be an email string there. So you got to be careful, Nakat, because this is where I feel like people really invest to pay us for the email automation. If you looked at your niche overview worksheet and you've got 129 different challenges.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
That's 129 emails plus 120. So then you have sequences, 5 to 7 day sequences for each 129.
Yeah.
Because you don't know which one they're going to click. So that can get very intense. Let's look at those numbers.
So Dee, with all those email challenges, do I have to give any kind of a lead magnet to them?
You should have a lead magnet as many places as you can, because it's only going to support you in every way. But I would start off with 1 or 2. Don't overwhelm yourself. Don't outdo yourself. I like to start with with at least 2, right? And maybe a
Okay.
third one. You see, I do things in 3. And the reason that I do things in 3 is because if you only do 2, if one works and one doesn't, you only got 1. But if you got 3, you have a higher chances of 2 working and not 1 working. Or if 2 fail, at least 1 is working, if that makes sense. So, right. So that's why you hear me say 3 candidate lead magnets, 3 client lead magnets. But when I say that, people get overwhelmed. So I would say start with your first one. When you start with your first one, your second one should be easier. Your third one should be easier. And now we have AI. Like back in the day, we had to write everything on our own. Now AI does a lot of the work for us. We just got to go in and make sure that the information is actually real, because AI makes stuff up. And to put our own swing on it. After that, then we're good to go. So you can, in my opinion, you can create lots of lead magnets.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
But
True. Thank you, Dee. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Those great questions, and I'm sure everybody needed that. Any other questions? Any other questions? Oh, I see more questions. Hold on. Let me see. Oh no, okay. Hey, Anthony, how you doing? It's good to see you, Anthony. I haven't seen you in a while. All right, awesome. Okay, any more questions? Right, we're gonna stop on time today. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. The floor is open for any additional questions. You're in the beginning phases of starting your staffing business. I want to be here to support you in any way I can. If you have any questions, now is the time. Do not wait until my YouTube video come out and then you be like asking me 1,000 questions under my channel, although I don't mind answering. I want y'all to ask now. That's what this class is for. Okay. Are y'all working on your business every day? That's one of my bigger questions. I feel like a lot of people aren't working on their business every day. Even here in the setup phase, it's very important that you're working on your business every day. You can't wait. Okay. Don't say, oh, I missed a day. You can't miss a day. You got to work on your business every day. I prefer 7 days a week, even if it's just for 20 minutes to an hour. One of those 2 or 3 of those days, you might not be able to do a full 8 hours or a full 4 hours or whatever, but you've got to work on your business. If you have done everything for everybody else all day long and you get to the end of the day and you ain't worked in your business, pull that laptop out and work on it until your eyes close on their own. But you've got to work in your business. This business is not going to come to life without your efforts. And every piece of effort that you put into this business is going to turn into something amazing over time. So don't worry about what you don't have, what's not working. Don't worry about who's talking about you, who's saying what. Don't think about any of those things. You stay extremely focused on the outcome of your business. And understand that nobody else is going to take this business as seriously as you are. So if you don't push people, if you don't move people in the direction you need to, they're not going to do it on their own. You understand? So this is your baby. This is your business baby. This is your business responsibility. You're a mommy. You're a daddy. Okay? With your business. Hey. Y'all feel that energy? Come on with it. Yes. Dr. Castle said, my eyes be on fire, but I'm determined to complete the task at hand. Listen, last night, y'all, I was like on the I think House of Dragons watched me 3 times yesterday. Okay. But Dee was putting the work in. The little fingers was on fire. So you got to put that work in your business. Y'all see me putting these videos out every freaking day. It is not a game. And it's also a reminder for me, like we're very short-staffed on the Staffingpreneurs Academy side because everybody is moving over to the Reskillify side. So things are crazy. So that means that I'm trying to move this business model or transition a business model and transition a business into something totally different, which is there. Like, oh, y'all have no clue. Dee's not sleeping. Then I've got 2 live events coming up where people are coming and they're belt pieces all over the place. I got to keep that fire up. Trying to date, that sucks right now, though. You know what I'm saying? So many different layers are going on, but can't stop moving forward if you want to see your dreams, right? If you want to achieve your goals. And if you don't know anything about achieving your goals, I would encourage y'all to check out my documentary. It's on my YouTube channel. It's called The Individual Audacity Documentary. It is my life story up to the age of 24, I think. It's the craziest story y'all are ever going to watch in your life. I'm going to just tell you right now. And I, for the first time, watched it since 2018. So I hadn't even watched it in years. And I watched it for the first time as a viewer and not as myself. And I was like, girl, so fired up watching my own story. It was so funny. So I would encourage you all to watch the story as well. You would definitely be inspired to not give up, to be resilient, to keep moving forward, and to genuinely achieve your dreams. Y'all are living in my story now. 11-year-old teen mom. There's no way I should be here right now. So if I can do it, you all can do it. If I can do it, you all can do it. If I can do it, you all can do it. Okay? I genuinely love each and every one of you. Let me see. I see some additional questions. Hey, Tamara, you joining in? Welcome. Glad to have you here. Let me go back. Do you have a system? Do you have the systems needed? Yes, I do. Do you do? Yes, I do. Yes. You just coming in late, but you go to staffingpreneursacademy.com. You can see it at the bottom. And when you go there, you can click on, I think, the About Us. You'll see all of those links. There's lots of places for you to schedule an appointment. Talk to one of our enrollment advisors. They'll get you out there. I can also fly out to you as well. I'm on my way to Orlando to support someone right now who's starting theirs. Is this a recorded session? I was unable to join earlier, and I would like to share with a colleague. It is all over social media, so you can 1,000,000% come back and watch it after it's live. Right here on my LinkedIn, also on my YouTube channel. I just want to let y'all know also, oh, you in Florida? I'm about to be in Orlando. What part of Florida are you in? I'm literally about to be there on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm with my client all day Saturday. I'm so excited. He's so phenomenal. Like, I don't even know if he's on this call. I'll wait for him to let me say that I can brag on him. But the work that he's done in the healthcare space in Orlando is nothing short of amazing. And he's taking his training business, and now he's adding a staffing arm to his training business, which is genius. And y'all already know that I'm a fan of that. And so I'm excited to continue to work with them. Okay, so listen, I can come to you on Friday and see him on Saturday. You need to get with my team ASAP. Because I will be in Orlando. I will be in Orlando this week, literally. And I'm doing a 1 day with him, a full 1 day with him on Saturday. So I am definitely open to do a full 1 day with you on Friday if needed. Yes. So just go to staffingpreneursacademy.com. You should be able to, let me just look and see, make sure that I did this. Where it says start your journey here, you can schedule a call and right there, and somebody will be there to support you. You could also call our office if you want to get something done now. You can't wait. You say, I cannot wait, D, then call the office. Okay, Anthony, you found your niche. What's your niche? All right, let me get my class off because they don't need to be on here while I'm talking online. Listen, I love y'all staffing, but Candy, I love you. Tina, I love you. Nikat, I love you. Davina, I love you. Santaya, I saw you was the first person to show up today. I just want to let you know you were the first person, and Tina was the second person I was watching. Dope. Good morning, Robbie and team, Dr. Castle, Faith, Lucy, everybody that's watching the replay. I don't know who Joy is, but hey, Joy. I'm not familiar with that face, but everybody who's watching the replay, I really appreciate y'all today. Who is that, Mary? Is that Mary?
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
How you feeling? Your hair looks amazing.
Thank you. I get some braids. Yeah, I'm feeling much better. Thank you.
Yes. What about your
Working
sister?
every day. But yes.
How's your sister? She doing better too?
Well, too.
Okay.
Doing well too.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So we got to get you back on the calendar.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. I love it. Okay, Nakat, we don't need a link today. We are on YouTube. So everything is live. And that's another thing. I'm going to update. I have not been, since we're short staffed, I haven't been updating the replays and Reskillify. I'll make sure that happens this week, probably today. But all you got to do is go to the YouTube channel. It's the last live video on the YouTube channel. It's the one we're on right now. Who is this? Henry. Hold on one second. I'm going to play with y'all online while I let my staffingpreneurs go. I love y'all. For everyone who's coming to the Run It class today, class starts at 2 p.m. Eastern. If you are coming to the launch class today, there is launch class. Is it one this week? I know it was one. I think we have so many people launching. I'm just showing up every week. But if y'all need me, you let me know and we'll do a launch class this week as well. All right. Y'all have an absolutely phenomenal day. I love y'all and I'll see y'all later. Bye. Okay, this is for all of y'all. So I let my class go because my class, I didn't want to keep them hostage. I want to be able to answer any final questions you all have before I go into my sales meeting this morning. So Anthony, what's your niche? You already know I want to know. You said you found your niche. So what's your niche? That's my first question. Tell me what the niche is and what the niche is. Okay. So I'm very eager to know. And he said, well, our niche. Henry, thank you so much, Dee, for the great wisdom. As always, I appreciate you. As Henry from Canada, colleague of Anthony. Hey, Anthony. All right. Hey, Henry. I love Anthony. And I remember Anthony. So I love that. Hey, Henry, thank you for being here. I really appreciate you. And I appreciate the love. I absolutely love connecting with people, and I love teaching and training and coaching and helping people level up. I definitely was the underdog, right? I was the underdog my entire life for the most part. That's why I encourage people to go watch my story. So to be on top today and come from that underdog, underestimated, underrated, all of those things, that was how they pegged me, but I knew something different. And so now I get the opportunity. We have things like the internet that's so great because it gives me the opportunity to be able to share my gift with you. And I love it. And I'm going to tell you something. What I love the most is being able to help people so that they don't make mistakes. And a lot of people are so stubborn. They're out here making mad mistakes, and then they blame it on other people. They say it's this, that, but it really is the fact that they didn't take the time to invest in getting the knowledge that they needed in order to do whatever it was that they're trying to do the right way. And I've been there. I've done it. I talked about it earlier, but you can prevent those things from happening just by connecting with someone who knows a little bit more than you. And so I don't mind coming out here, sharing my gift, helping people a little bit. I'm hoping these videos every week help you all. I'm hoping y'all come to my live workshop. I'm hoping you come into my academy and really get the support that you absolutely need. Okay, that's very important. So Anthony, you're in Orlando too. Am I going to be in Orlando with everybody this week? Listen, I am available on Friday only. So I have Friday only available if you want to take that Friday, either Anthony or Tamara. I hope I'm pronouncing your name properly. But yeah, so very, very important for this week. But I am there. I am in Orlando this week. It's so funny. I leave on Thursday night. So I'm very, very excited. One of my favorite clients, if y'all go to staffingpreneursacademy.com and you go to the reviews page, you'll see a video on there with 3 of my most favorite people on the planet, Puerto Ricans, Victor, Frankie, and Pedro. And so I'm hoping that I can get a chance to connect with them because I absolutely love hanging out with them. But they're one of my favorite staffingpreneurs in the Orlando area. We also had another young lady who was in Orlando. She did like $1 million in 3 months. Miss Elsa, she's amazing. We also have, I've got like a number of staffingpreneurs in Orlando. Orlando is definitely a hot spot. And so I do hope that I get a chance to hang out with as many staffingpreneurs as possible. I'm going to go into my sales call. I just wanted to keep things around, see if anybody needed me. We are available to support you. I wanted to give you another phone number in the event that, give me 1 second, y'all. I want to give you one more phone number in the event that I was hoping to give you another number that you can call right now and somebody on the team can get to you if you can't get through to that 678 number. I'm sorry, that 866 number. Hold on. It's like 678-506. Of course, when I want the number, I can't find it. When I don't want the number, it's probably right there. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna find it for you because I think it's really important. If y'all want to get through right now, a couple of y'all are in Orlando and y'all are, here it is. Y'all are looking to get in. You can call in a little bit faster with this number right here. Don't tell nobody I gave y'all this number. This is a secret number, okay? I'm not joking. This is a very secret number. So for all the people that are in Orlando and they want me to come out there or they want coaching this week while I'm in the Orlando space, y'all should call that number. And that'll get you to someone a lot faster than booking an appointment on the calendar and or calling the 866 number. So I would definitely call that number if you are interested in speaking to someone right now. Okay, and let me put, and that's not the number I want to show you. This is the number I want to show you. Now don't give this number to nobody, y'all. This is literally a secret number. This is like the secret key number in order to get in. So you dial that number. Do not give this number out. Okay, so you dial that number and then that'll get you directly to someone right into one of the enrollment advisors immediately. And then you can utilize that number. But again, please do not give that out. That's only for people who are interested in having me to come out immediately. Okay. Okay, great. That means I'm on top. That means we meant for each other. Okay. All right. Me, you, wifey, everybody. I'm all in. I don't know if that's you or your husband or your wife, but I'm all in. Okay, Anthony, IT is an industry. What part of IT? Like IT is huge. So you got cybersecurity, you got hardware, you got software, you got IT services solutions. IT is huge, is humongous. So what does that look like? You gotta niche it down. That's only an industry. So you got to keep working on it. Come to class. You got to come to class because that's where you get the most support. That's where you can get the hands-on support so you're not wasting your time and your energy. I don't want you to have to wait all the way to next week to try to figure out what your niche is when you can come to class and have it flushed out by next week. Moving on to the next part of your business. You know what I'm saying? So that's the point of having a coach. That's the point of coming to class so that you can save your time. You don't have to waste your time. Time is resources. You don't want to waste your resources or your time. You already look too smart for that. What do you say? Great connections back in Florida. Yeah. Connections in Florida. All right. That's awesome. All right. I love y'all. I want y'all to have an amazing day. If y'all need me, I'm definitely here. I appreciate y'all watching and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.